On to you, Taurus. So you have the Two of Pentacles. I already did this video. Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Death card. Four of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Five of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Hangman. So what I'm seeing here for you, Taurus, is the Two of Pentacles, right? Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. A lot of you, Taurus, right now, looking for, so a lot of you, Taurus, right now should be really kind of taking a break from being in a relationship. I'm seeing that a lot of you kind of trying to achieve love or get love the way that you used to, where you just try to speak to as much as try to speak to as many people as you possibly can. And you may think that it may work out for you, but you definitely have to pick the type of people that you want a little bit more wisely, because the Queen of Cups and the Death card represents, right? It's about people who you, Taurus, essentially have to go for people that you vetted, you've seen, paid attention to, right? You're getting to know people that you're getting to know, stuff like this. But it's not something to where you're diving into a relationship with them. It's more so you're getting to know them and you're just seeing what's going on with them. A lot of times people run themselves into relationships. The relationships, unfortunately, don't necessarily work. I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes they don't really work. And part of the reason why they don't is because of what it is that you, Taurus, used to do from the past. You used to dive yourselves right into it instead of actually finding out what type of traits the other person has. You want to make sure that the person has some very good traits, very good qualities about them, some character about them, like I've been talking about. And if they don't, then obviously it means that you need to move forward, okay? Don't allow people to just be around you and say anything and do anything without actually judging them, without actually taking them and how do I say this? Like thinking about their overall value. Because if you don't do that, you'll allow anybody to just be around you. And if you allow anybody to be around you as you're getting to know them, the types of people that you get are not going to be very good for you. They're not going to be very compatible. So the Four of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups is make sure that you're very secure in this idea as well when it comes to getting to know them. Make sure that you are secure in them before. Like I said before, it usually doesn't take a very long time. You just ask some of these people some questions, find out what's going on with them. And then you should be able to make a decision based off of the things that they say and what they do after that. If you hang around people, right, then you're really not going to spend too much time getting to know them like that, as far as getting to know the type of person that they are, right? You know, sometimes people can be terrible judges of character. You, Taurus, don't want to be that. What you, Taurus, want to do is you, Taurus, really want to get a sneak peek of who the person is. And once you realize that these people are not, because so many people put their best foot forward first. Once you, Taurus, realize that these people are not as upfront as they try to make themselves to be, then it means that it's time for you to actually bounce, right? So the Five of Pentacles now is about, again, the bouncing, the walking away. If you see the Five of Pentacles, it's two people essentially, walking away from an edifice, walking away from, a particular place of worship. And because it's kind of the understanding of being left out in the cold, or maybe, you got what it is that you were looking for, but the two of you, for whatever reason, right, decided to move away from this because there was something else, right? The Page of Cups and the Hangman represents that something else. The Page of Cups is maybe, again, you have to pay attention to who these people actually are, okay? As well as allow them to not scapegoat you, okay? So part of the reason why you got these cards in the first place is because you, Taurus, are supposed, just like this person, right? Or the interaction that you're having with this person is for you to understand that you and this person have to learn to essentially trust each other. You know, trust is a big thing when it comes to relationships. And if you don't have trust with the person, you're wasting your time, you know. And I've, being on here and talking to so many people, especially so-called grown-ups, and they get, and a lot of times they get so upset or whatever the case may be about the things that I'm saying or whatnot. People are always trying to act like they're too smart or whatever. And it's like, listen, you're never going to meet somebody and be in a very good constructive relationship with them. I don't know how many times I have to say this. If you're trying to get one over on the person, you're going to look like a complete doofus with this entitled mentality out here, trying to really get one over on the person and act like you're running game on somebody. That is only a delusion reserved for a person's delusional mind. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I see it way too much, how it works on a lot of people. But when it comes to the essence, the real thing, a lot of people trying to make it seem like, oh, somebody is a sucker for love and this, that, and the third or whatever. But at the end of the day, you may get one over on a person, but you not really taking into consideration that the games that you play, they do come back to you. Because again, if life is a chess game, you play them or they may play you, and then what? And this is the thing that a lot of people don't ask themselves these questions. They're so busy worried about the games that they play and laughing and having a laugh, right? A joyous laugh. They think that they're so smart. They're not really even paying attention to the end, then what, right? They end up playing you, and then what after that? Now they built up a reputation where the only types of people that they're going to be able to really be with are the type of people who run the same game like them if they keep doing it. But they think that they're so smart, right? So this is the scenario that a lot of you Taurus have to think about. Okay, you Taurus have to think about understanding to not be so attached to any of the people right now that you are meeting. The Death card, learn, right? The Death card represents Scorpio, the opposite sign. Learn to be more willing to cut some people off, cut some people away, because you definitely shouldn't be super attached. You should definitely be detached, ready, willing to see if people are really for you, and if they're not, then stop talking to them, right? Don't engage with them, And a video is coming out actually about later on down the line, not now, but after this, but a video is coming out about these empaths, about how it is that, being all this empathic and stuff like this, everybody wants to use these emotions. I keep telling y'all, at some point, you're going to have to stop it with being so emotional and thinking that you're getting some sort of reward off of being emotional, because all that emotional baggage and stuff like this is what it is that most people call an empath. All of that empathic stuff really means you can't control your emotions. And in that video, I'm going to show and prove what I'm talking about. Everybody, so many people don't want to grow up and learn from these lessons. Okay, so if you don't want to learn and grow up, then stop complaining when things don't necessarily work out. You know what I mean? There's no negotiating with this. You're either going to learn from your lessons and get what it is that you're looking for, or don't learn from the lessons. I'm not saying you, I'm saying anyone in general. Don't learn from the lessons and not get what you're looking for. Simple as that. There's too much fake people running game and trying to somehow, trying to, beat the laws of physics and trying to shortcut it. There is no shortcut it, right? There is no shortcutting it. And for you, Taurus, same thing too. There is no shortcutting it, because the very same people that you claim like you in love with, right, that you super fast getting to know, would be the same people that end up not really being good for you. Because for you, Taurus, you have to learn how to not be so attached. A lot of times Taurus has attachment issues, trying to control the person and stuff like this. And if you're not very wary of this, if you're not very aware of this, people can, unfortunately, who are bigger parasites, or people who use who feed off of that parasitic energy, they will use that level of codependence as an advantage to get you hooked, and then unfortunately play you. So these are just some of the things that you're going to have to watch out for. All right. Let's clarify the death. All right. So the Page of Wands, to clarify the death, you have the Page of Wands, the Temperance, the Three of Swords, and the Five of Swords. So, okay, so what I'm seeing here is that the Page of Wands, the Temperance, the Three of Swords, and the Five of Swords represents how you, Taurus, right, y'all should be worried about, like I said, utilizing the knowledge. There's way too many grown folks, you know what I mean? There's way too many of you, Taurus, who act like y'all don't want to listen. Again, listen, don't listen. Ultimately, it's up to you, okay? The world is at a point right now where a lot of the people who are playing games and stuff like this, I said this before, and if you've been paying attention, it's getting to that point where people are going to have to stop playing these games. They don't have a choice. People are going to have to stop, not because I said so, but because the games keep getting weirder and weirder. The inconsistencies that a lot of people have. They say that they want a real relationship, and then they immediately make themselves a hypocrite by going against the very same thing that they just said that they want almost immediately. The back and forth between what it is that they said that they want, the fact that people are catching these individuals, just people in general, running games on camera, and they're trying to come up with excuses, and other people are seeing the dysfunction in it. And it's like come on, y'all. So you Taurus should be using your knowledge, to the best of your abilities, to understand that what you should be doing is, I know that the dating pool, I guess, is frustrating, or whatever the case may be, but you still have to utilize your knowledge and your experience so that you don't end up getting hurt, or you get as hurt as least amount of times as possible, if at all. And how you don't get hurt is, take a risk. People don't want to take risks anymore. People want to manipulate their way into being into a relationship. And it's like, again, if you're trying to manipulate your way into a relationship, 9 chances out of 10, it's not going to work out, right? I'm just letting y'all, Taurus, know, and I'm letting any of the cross watchers know, it's not a real relationship. It's not a real relationship. So the thing is that the Three of Swords and the Five of Swords now represent, the Three of Swords and the Five of Swords now represent. So with that being said, people will try to do a lot of stupid stuff, as far as dating is concerned, to get your attention. Because a lot of people, they're so strung out on attention. Attention is one of the worst things. Like, too much attention for a person who can't handle it is one of the worst things in the world. And why I'm saying that in the first place is because watch out for the attention seekers. Watch out for the people who are strung out on attention. They can't help themselves. The the wannabe. I don't care. I don't care. The wannabe Instagram stars and stuff like this. The wannabes and all of that type of stuff. Watch out for those types of people, because those types of people, they're too caught up in their own reality that's not real for them to actually understand how stupid they look sitting up there dedicating way too much time to trying to get attention. And even like in even off screen, how people will do certain things because they goofy behind things that it's somehow going to aggravate you. It's going to get you upset. It's going to get you mad. That listen, all of that type of reaction seeking, people don't even realize that that's a part of narcissism. That whole cluster B, trying to get a person's attention. A lot of people, my dear Taurus, they're bordering on that serious problem. They're bordering on that issue. And they don't understand that this is stupid. That whole trying to get your attention bit, Taurus. So to clarify the Hangman, let's get into this. That whole cluster B, desperate, trying to show, you got it and all this other type of stuff, like that's whack, But to clarify the Hangman, you have the Queen of Swords, the King of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. And this represents how a lot of you Taurus, right? A lot of you Taurus right now, you should be very aware of you kind of locking out people a little bit too much. Guard yourself, but not too much. Heal some of your issues, heal your attachment style issues by learning how to be less attached, but then move forward with your life and learn how to, not care about the difficulties, and more so specifically the people that you may meet later on. The Queen of the King of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the Five of Cups. So as a result of this, pay attention. If someone comes off like a weirdo, because a lot of people will try to run game. Like I said before, I don't know why it is that so many people still trying to run game at this time. You got all this stuff going on, inflation going on, people still trying to be reaction seeking. Like that goes to show you how stupid they really are, Taurus. And these types of people who are caught up being this King of Wands, this hubris that a lot of people tend to think that they're doing something with. Again, it just goes to show you how goofy and how lacking priority they really are. Like, so just watch out for anybody who's not really moving above the table and direct. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Don't let anybody play you. The best thing for you to do is to just kind of pay attention to what's going on, right? And if the relationship between yourself and another person isn't consistent, yeah, that's a dub, pretty much, because the person knows that they're, back and forth. What it is that they're doing is they're essentially trying to waste your time. Stuff like that. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Peace.